Yo, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing 5 things that I've learned this year in 2024. One thing that I've learned this year is practicing long-term gratification over short-term gratification, because honestly I think that social media nowadays puts us in this spot where we need to achieve our goals and our ambitions at a certain amount of age. Like, if you're not fucking making 6 figures in a year, or making at least 10k a month and doing this at a certain amount of age, if you're not doing that like at 20, then you're doomed. And I feel like that is not okay for our mental health. That is not okay for us, because not everything is going to blow up in a day. You feel me? Not everything in life is going to happen in a day. There's some things that are going to take way longer to get there. There's some things that are going to take way longer. Like, it's going to be months and months of you grinding, months and months of you putting yourself in a spot where you think that stuff's not happening, but it slowly is. And the longer you practice that long-term gratification, the better it is going to be for you. And honestly, I've learned it, but it's not something that I've completely learned myself. I'm still learning. There's still moments where I want my video to just blow up, or I want my clothing brand to just blow up. But I have to think about it. Like, there's so many people that have just blow up and they did not know how to deal with that. Because like, you could just blow up and you get overwhelmed. But if you like progressively build up your social media following, you progressively build up whatever you want to build up in life, and you take that long route, it's going to be way better for you in the future, because you'll be more prepared. Second thing I've learned this year is don't force relationships, and that could be romantic and friendships, because when you tend to force something, it tends not to be natural, and when it's not natural, it's gonna feel very forced. There's no point of being in a relationship when it feels forced. It's really good to take things slowly and just let things happen in a natural sense. I feel like when you start forcing people to be your friend, or forcing people to be in this romantic relationship with you, you're going to make yourself feel overwhelmed, and you're going to also make the other person feel overwhelmed, and that is not good at the end of the day. And I've learned that the hard way. I've learned that through a lot of trial and error. I have learned that through a lot of connections that I've had this year, which I say that a lot of the connections are really good, because they've taught me a lot of things, and they've taught me that forcing stuff, like forcing relationships, is just not healthy. You have to let them come naturally. Like those relationships that you never expected to happen, but they just naturally happen, and now they're one of your best relationships. Or I feel like there's people that have those situations. Like, I never expected to be best friends with my best friend, and it just happened naturally. We just clicked on soccer, and then now we've been friends for plus 5 years. So we just have to take time. Like, don't force it, just let it happen. And the more you just let those relationships happen, then more natural they're going to feel. Number 3 is take control of the things that you can, and let go of the things that you can't. Because I feel like sometimes we tend to get overstimulated, to get overwhelmed on things that we cannot control. You cannot control whether someone's going to cheat on you. You cannot control whether someone's going to say something bad about you. You cannot control a person's emotions or a person's actions. But the things that you can control in life is you can control your attitude. You can control what goals you're going to go after. You can control your health. You can control your mindset. You can control what you do in life to get to your goals. There's a lot of things that you can just focus on, the stuff that you can actually control, and the stuff that you can't control, just leave it on the side, because there's no point. You're going to stress yourself out. You're going to put yourself in this deep hole of stress, and at the end of the day, it's not worth it for you. It's really not worth it for you. Why stress out? Why always stay in these deep emotions when you can just focus on the things that you can control and be happy about that? Because when you just change that mindset and just focus on the stuff that you can control, life will be so much better. This is one thing that I really learned this year, is like, take control of the things that you can, and let go of the things that you cannot control. Because there's no point of trying to control things that you can't control. You're just gonna stress yourself out at the end of the day. The 4th thing that I learned is talk less and observe more. The less you talk and the more you observe, you can pay attention to situations and people's true intentions. Because people tend to talk. People like to talk because humans just like to feel cared and feel loved, and so they just talk. And if you just sit back and like actually like analyze the situation for once. Just sit back and like listen to what they say. You can really tell whether a person's really fucking with you or not. You can tell whether a person is really has your back, what their intentions is with you. You can really tell if you just talk less and just let them talk and observe their actions and observe what they say. See if what they say matches with what they do. You can analyze all those things when you actually just take a step back and not talk too much and just listen and observe. Once you are able to understand that, and once you're able to master that, it's going to be so much quicker for you to pick up stuff in situations. It's going to be so much quicker for you to get out of situations that you don't want to be in, because you're actually observing what people are saying and what people are doing, rather than you just talking a lot and giving out your emotions and putting yourself in situations where you're vulnerable. But you can actually just stay back, relax, and analyze what is going on. And number 5 is never settle for the bare minimum. That could be in relationships, that can be in your job, that can be in your career. Never settle for the bare minimum. Because why? Why do you think you deserve the bare minimum? Why do you as a human being in this world think you deserve the bare minimum? None of us deserve the bare minimum. You don't gotta settle for the breadcrumbs of what that person gives you or what that job gives you. Strive for greatness. Strive for more than the minimum. Strive for someone or something that's going to give you more than the minimum. You know, because there's no point of just sitting down and accepting bullshit or little bullshit or the bare minimum. You know, you don't really need to accept that. Like, life can move on. Like, you will find something or someone or some like that fulfills your needs to how much you need it to. And it's going to take time, it's going to take patience, it's going to take a lot of working on yourself too, so you can attract those certain things in your life, whether it's you want a boyfriend, whether if you want a girlfriend, or whether it's if you want a better position in job, if you want a better position in life. Those things take time for you to attract, but at the same time, you should never settle for less. You should never settle for the bare minimum, because the bare minimum is like little effort. Why would you want to have something that just gives you little effort? You know, like, I personally won't, and I'm fighting for myself to never feel like I'm settling for the bare minimum. That's what I've been trying to learn throughout this whole entire year.